Hi guys, it's Mary. I've got a baking kind of DIY video for you today. So obviously the unicorn frappuccino has been massive recently, like all over social media, looks amazing, full of sugar, probably really bad for you. I wouldn't know, we can't get it here in the UK, or well, we couldn't get it here in the UK, no one can get it anymore. But it's inspired me to try and come up with my own kind of awesome unicorn themed sweet treat. I kind of thought about like trying to create the frappuccino, but then I was like, no Mary, you've never tried it, you won't do a good version of it, other people have already done really amazing versions, just don't try it, it'll be embarrassing. So instead I decided that I would like be inspired by that and make something a bit different but still super yummy and super sweet. So I've come up with my recipe for unicorn chocolate bark. It looks amazing, it's super colourful, it's super fun, it's super tasty, really easy to make as well, like super easy to make. I feel like I've just said super a lot of times. I hope that you enjoy this video and I hope you enjoy the recipe and maybe try it yourself. It is really tasty and it also makes a really good gift because it looks super cute if you like wrap it up in cellophane bags with some nice kind of, what's that stuff called? You know, the ones you like curl on Christmas presents? Kind of like ribbon, but like the ribbon that's made out of plastic. This isn't explaining it very well, but it'll come back to me at some point. But yeah, it looks super cute when you package it all up. It makes a really great gift as well, which is probably a good thing to give some of it away because this makes quite a lot of chocolate at the end of the recipe. Like, you'd probably feel pretty sick if you ate that much by yourself. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to get straight into the actual DIY part of this video. I hope you enjoy it. So for this DIY, you are going to need a non-stick baking tray, a few different wooden spoons, something to swirl your chocolate with like a chopstick or a toothpick, as many different jugs as you want different colours of chocolate, a paintbrush, the actual chocolate itself, you're going to need quite a lot, some food colouring, you want to get something specifically designed for use with chocolates, modelling paste, and then just whatever decorations you want to use. So here I'm showing you the ones I used, but that doesn't mean that you guys have to use the same as me. You can literally use whatever you want, really make this at your own and make it unique. I think I probably went a little bit overboard with the amount of decorations I got for this, but I just couldn't resist because I thought all of these decorations were super cute and would look really cool once it was all done. So we're going to start off by making our unicorn horns. So you want to cut a piece off of your modelling paste and start to kind of warm it up with your hands so that it's nice and workable. I was lucky enough to find silver modelling paste, which I think is perfect for a unicorn horn. But if you can't find silver or you just don't fancy silver, you could buy white modelling paste or dye it, or you could even look for modelling paste in a different colour. You can literally get it in pretty much any colour you would want. So just kind of keep working it in your hands, warming it up, and it will start to get really kind of soft and easy to mould. So once it's fully warmed up, you're going to want to start rolling it out. We're kind of aiming for a snake shape, but what you want to do is make it skinny at both ends with a kind of like a point at both ends. So it needs to be kind of fatter in the middle and then thin points at either end. Once you've got that shape, just fold it in half and kind of pinch the two halves together, and they should kind of just stick together just a little bit. And then you just want to pick it up and start twisting it. And basically once you've twisted that all the way down to the end, it's pretty much done. You just want to cut off the end that's got kind of squished in your fingers and set it aside. I decided to make 6 in total. I then decided as well that I was going to try painting half of them gold because I'd found this edible gold paint and I was really excited to try it, and I thought it would be really nice to have some variation. This was the first time I've actually tried this edible gold paint, and it was kind of harder to use than I thought it was going to be. It was kind of a bit watery and didn't stick very well. But in the end, I think it turned out looking really cute once they were painted gold, and it was really nice and shimmery. Once your unicorn horns are done, just set them aside because we're going to start melting the chocolate now. So in total I used 550 grams of chocolate. I used 200 grams for one of my colours, 200 grams for another colour, and then 150 grams for the final colour. So just start breaking your chocolate up into squares into the jugs. You want to make sure you break it up into all the squares, because the smaller the pieces are, the more evenly it will melt, and the less likely you are to kind of ruin the chocolate, because chocolate can do something called seize up if you overcook it. So then you're going to stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds to start off with. And once those 30 seconds are up, you just want to give it a really good stir. And then pop it back in the microwave for another 10 seconds and then stir it again. And you basically just want to keep putting it in for 10 seconds bursts. Don't do what I did here and forget and leave it in for 20 seconds. Fortunately for me, it worked out all right though. So then we're going to start colouring the chocolate. So I decided I was going to do it pink and blue. I wanted to do pink and purple, but I just couldn't buy a purple dye, and I couldn't get the blue and red to mix up to make purple. It just wasn't working for me. So I decided in the end that I would go with pink and blue. When you're buying your food dyes for this, you need to make sure that you get a specific food dye for using with chocolate, or something like candy melts, because then it'll be an oil-based food dye. You can use regular food dye and it will still dye your chocolate, but it just won't come out quite as nice, and the colours won't be quite as vibrant, and you get this slightly grainy texture because it just doesn't mix in properly, whereas these oil-based ones will mix in with the chocolate because they're also oil-based. When you're adding your colour, you just want to add a little bit at a time, because you can always add a bit more, but if you add too much, you can't be taking it away. So just keep going until you've got the colours that you want. And then it's time to start pouring our chocolate into our baking tray. So you can literally just pour this straight in. You don't need to grease the tray, you don't need to put any parchment down. Just stick it straight in there, because it will come out once it's hardened up, nice and easy. So because I was kind of inspired by the unicorn Frappuccino, I was kind of going for that layered effect with the different colours of the Frappuccino, and then the white was kind of the cream on top. So you want to get all of your chocolate in the tray. And then we're going to start swirling it around and mixing it together. So I just use a chopstick for this, but you could really use anything. You could use the end of a spoon, the end of a pencil, a toothpick. And then comes the really fun part. We're going to start adding all the decorations. And like I said earlier, you can use whatever decorations you want. You don't have to use the same ones as me. These were just the ones I chose and the ones that I thought would look fun. I really liked this blue edible glitter, and this for me was kind of trying to represent the blue squiggle through the smoothie. So yeah, just keep sticking your decorations on however you want. So I've actually purposefully left the unicorn horns we made till last. You're probably going to want to actually leave your chocolate for a couple of minutes once you've done all the other decorations and let it set a little tiny bit. It will still be really kind of runny, and then put your unicorn horns in, because otherwise they will sink into it. And then you just pop it in the fridge for 20 minutes to an hour. I'd say an hour to get it, make sure it's really nice and solid. And this is what mine looked like when it came out of the fridge. So all you need to do then is just push on the bottom of the tray, and you'll see right here that it will just start to pop out, and you can just take it straight out. And there you go. There is your finished masterpiece. I think I was right in that I probably went a little bit overboard with the decorations, but it was just so much fun doing it. So all you're going to want to do now is just break it up into kind of bite-sized pieces, because I think if you tried to eat that whole bar, you'd probably be really sick. So there you go, that's my unicorn frappuccino inspired chocolate bark. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and that you give it a go yourselves, because it's so tasty and it looks super cute. Everyone I've showed it to thinks it's really cool, and it would make a really good gift for someone if you wrapped it up in kind of a cellophane bag and put a nice ribbon on it. So if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!